Yo, we live in this thing, man. We live. Yo, what it is, man, it's your man Slim Jim Longfoot, aka the Goat King of America. And to my right, y'all see the face up there. Who that is, that's the man, the one and the only, Johnny Quest Gaming. Johnny Quest Gaming, what's up, man?
What up, world? Welcome back, man, to another episode of the Nerd Strip Club. That's right. Me and your boy Slim are back, man. We haven't been here all year, but we're here trying to wrap up the year with some amazing content. Oh yeah, well, I mean, technically the beginning of the year, but you know, y'all ain't seen us in a very, very long time. But we here, man. We live. Apologize, I don't have my camera working right now, but y'all still see my mug up there. I promise y'all that's me. I promise it's not AI. Unless Slim got some new technology, he doing AI. I promise it's not me. It's not Slim. It's actually me. It's me, Johnny Quest Gaming. I will give you my social, but you know, you don't need all that. But anyway, we back, man. So Slim, you ready? You ready to do this, man? Let's kick that intro.
Let's go with it. Yo, what's up, world? It's your man Slim Jim Longfoot, along with Johnny Quest Gaming. Together, we are the Nerd Strip Club. We up here talking comics, hip hop, gaming, movies, and all things nerdy. So it's time to get nerdy and dirty. So come in and shake your tail feathers to this convo here. You know what I'm saying? Share us out, like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a guest on the show, you know what I'm saying? The Nerd Strip Club at gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up if you're trying to be on this thing here. I know it. Hey. We started off this year pretty strong, though. I ain't even gonna flex with y'all. We did start the year off strong while y'all trying to play, but you know, the year got away from us. But it got away from us in a good way because we had to get back in our UGI studios bag. For those that don't know, we're not only co-hosts of the Nerd Strip Club, this podcast series right here, we are also the founders of Urban Guide Inc. Studios, an imprint down here, comics imprint down here in the ATL, Georgia. And so far in the past year, we have now produced 3 books out here. We got out Jelly Bean Dream issue number 1, which came out last year. Jelly Bean Dream created by myself. First issue was drawn magnificently by Johnny Quest Gaming. We got out Dream Catcher, which was a collaboration one-shot book featuring characters from Body Jumpers, created by Alex Fernandez. Body Jumpers is a show that first premiere here on YouTube, and also spawned off into its own comic book universe. And so that was a crossover between Jelly Bean Dream and Body Jumpers. I wrote and drew that book right there. And then we just recently dropped The Force issue number 2. The Force is created by Johnny Quest Gaming. He wrote the first issue and the second issue, and he colored the second issue, magnificently drawn by Jimmy King out of Nigeria, and lettered by myself. You know what I'm saying? We just dropped that. It is fresh off the presses. The prints ain't even came out yet. It's so fresh. So you can get the digital copies right now. The first 25 issues, the first 25 people to get The Force issue number 2 will get a free digital copy of The Force issue number 1 along with that. And we also got Spectacular coming out within the next month. Spectacular, created by both me and Johnny Quest Gaming, written by Johnny Quest Gaming, and drawn magnificently by fellow Atlanta artist Vincent E. Allen. Yeah, I can't wait for y'all to see that there. That is going to be an amazing, awesome book right there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get more into those in a minute. But first and foremost, Johnny Quest Gaming, you know what I'm saying? Like we said, yo, 2024 in review. You know what I'm saying? How has your 2024 been, man?
Well, comics, man, it's been surreal as far as like got a lot of projects done or in the completion phases. You know, it was awesome to have been to look back and seeing the amount of books that we were able to put out this year. So I'm happy. I'm really happy about The Force number 2 being done, knowing which direction we're going in with The Force. So happy about that. Also extremely happy about Spectacular. Finally getting that done. That's a book that's been sitting around for about 6 years now, 7 years. So I mean, indie comics, y'all, we tell you this all the time. It's not easy. It's not a very quick process. We got 9 to 5, so just come out as quick as they could. I mean, there's no excuses because we gotta get the products out. But most importantly, we need people to help out. I mean, doing a comic book, we love comic books doing it for fun, but at the end of the day, we got to see something back for us, so we try to get them out as soon as possible.
Yeah, if y'all want them out quick, man, you know what I'm saying? We got to get that support, man, because you know what I'm saying? Like if it was up to us, we spend all day working on books, but unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, this other thing called, you know what I'm saying, getting bill money, you know what I'm saying, comes in first. And as of right now, you know what I'm saying, we are in the field, but not in the field because, like, if we was to take time, you know what I'm saying, being commissioned for other jobs and whatnot, I mean, that's still going to be delayed because you got your 9 to 5s, you know what I'm saying, and unless those jobs are going to replace the money from that 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to see these books out as quick as you possibly can, especially it depends on which factor we're working on as far as that go. Now, say for instance, like, you know what I'm saying, like the Force, you know what I'm saying, like personally, I hate that it took so long because I was hoping that issue number 2 would come out quicker than the first issue, because the first issue took 4 years to come out. This one took 8, and we was hoping to cut down the time, not double the time, you know what I'm saying, on this book right here. And so with that being said, once the book got into our hands, I think we did pretty good on the time, you know what I'm saying, that it took for when we got the full book, and the process that it took. Once Johnny Quest Gaming got all the pages, I think it took I think because I finished Dreamcatcher during the summertime. I think around that time was when you started working on the colors of the Force. So somewhere between July and last month, you finished up all the colors of the book, and then I got at the end of November, and I finished my end on it, doing the letter work, in the span of 2 weeks. And so there it is, what I'm saying, is out here, and ready to go. And and of course, once you read a book, you be ready for that next issue. And so that's we want to try to get that next issue out to y'all quick. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to double up and make it a 16-year wait or nothing like that. Can't do that. That's not feasible. But
Oh no, definitely not. I mean, going forward, I mean, this year had some, unfortunate health problems arise, but and slowed down some things and work and all that stuff. But I mean, I feel now that if I can get my head around the project, I've learned a lot of new techniques to kind of cut in the timing of creating these books. So, I project now. I mean, even with the Force, getting it in my hands and coloring it for longer than a time period, I'm trying to put myself at least at a month or 2 to complete the books. As far as like if any processes on my end, I can't say about the initial artwork, but my end, I definitely want to try to get it done within that 1 to 2 month process, because trying to get these books out. I mean, the main thing is gotta keep the iron hot. You know what I mean? Strike while the iron's hot. If you got fan base is building up, last thing they want to wait is, like, for instance, and we'll talk about this show too. You got some shows that's coming back, and they got a lot of big problems behind them. But once the iron is done, I mean, you gotta strike while it's hot. That's basically it. You know what I mean? That's the thing. As far as that goes. But yeah, we got some great books coming out 2025. We got some more stuff coming out, man. So just keep on the lookout for us. But year in review 2024, man. We've had some great year for movies. One movie I want to share talk about is something that we didn't talk about on the show. So if you pull that up. First on the list is Godzilla Kong.
Yeah, Godzilla and Kong, the new Empire. That was a dope movie that came out earlier this year. Definitely a great, a great addition to the MonsterVerse. With Godzilla and Kong. The new movies that have come out over the past few years. Great. It was action packed. Kong and Godzilla did their thing, man. They stumped it on out. You feel me? I think it was a great addition to what's going on right now in terms of these new movies they got, the shared universe that's been going on.
I'm hoping for Ultraman though. I'm still like, man,
if we get some Ultraman, it's gonna be man for real. It's gonna be on and popping for real. You feel me?
Man, the Godzilla thing has been big, like this year especially, because we had Godzilla versus the Justice League, which is a combination I thought I'd never see. But to see Superman get hit by Godzilla's nuclear blast in the comic was crazy. I don't know if you've seen that series yet or not.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that came
Yeah,
out.
I'll pull it up. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I ain't even know that came out.
Yes, sir.
That's wild right there. That's super wild.
Yep.
I ain't even know.
Yeah, man. They had a lot of verses this year, like Godzilla versus I mean not Godzilla versus, but you got the aliens in the Marvel universe. Somehow that embargo came up, and now that they were able to do the battles with what do you call the Alien series and Spider-Man, which was pretty cool. Spider-Man versus the Predator, all that. He was able to get all that. But this book happened, Justice League versus King Kong happened right around the time that I think right before the movies came out, somewhere around there. See if I can show that image of it. But yeah, it was a pretty dope little series.
Wow, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Oh,
And share it. Hold on a second.
Okay, hold tight. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Like that's super wild right there.
Yeah, man.
What's happening for anybody coming in? Feel free to share us out. You know what I'm saying? We up in this thing, the Nerd Strip Club, episode 21. We're doing a year in review, making it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? We back. You know what I'm saying? Making it, does what it does. Mute it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, you know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to get no copyright with their music and whatnot and be like, oh, you playing the music, blah, 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 for the first time. Okay. Two iconic universes collide. That is wild. It's funny when you think about it in the Can't Miss Epic crossover event. It's funny that you would have thought probably like something like this would have happened like back in the 60s or 70s,
True,
like,
true.
That something like this never occurred before is a trip. So that is a trip in itself, and that is a real trip.
Yeah, I mean it was a full series. I mean you had Batman and that robot, you had Superman and Batman kind of combined, and you had
you mean Godzilla. Batman didn't have a A1 contingency plan on Godzilla? I guess he needed that prep time.
He kind of did though. He had the robot suit. Like he was still prepared. Like even though he didn't expect something like the crazy part was that's somebody's review on it, but he kind of knew what was going on with Godzilla. Like he had understood the history of Godzilla and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So he still was kind of prepared. It's Batman.
Tanya Porter in the building was having Big Sis of YouTube in the building was.
What's going on? Thank you for coming in. They but the artwork on is pretty good, man. I mean, it's got some really good art on there, and it's a full graphic novel. Like I think it's maybe over 100 or so pages or something like that.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm sorry, it's 200 pages.
Oh yeah, I definitely gotta check that out. Speaking of, not to go into something else so quick, but still in the lane of comic books, this ultimate indie comic book crossover event was funded this year called the Epiphany Engine. That was funded during the summertime. They funded that on their Kickstarter on Juneteenth, and it's featuring some most amazing, a lot of big indie comic book creators, took place in this. I hate that UGI Studios wasn't able to get into it, but we missed the deadline from the year before back in 2023, and so unfortunately we UGI Studios wasn't involved in this, but this epic crossover event it's already been funded, and the book should be coming out around January or February. It's definitely going to be amazing. I can't wait to read that and put that on my indie comics review. For those that don't know, I do a review series on my channel for indie comics review, and I definitely am going to be reviewing that. And it's definitely going to be epic as far as like a lot of characters that that I know from the indie scene, from the indie comics, Black creators is a part of that there. And next time something like that pop off, I definitely want to see Johnny Quest Gaming characters and my characters from UGI Studios to be involved in that. So we're gonna definitely make a way, you know what I'm saying, on the next go around. Next time something pop off, we're gonna be a part of that most definitely. But yeah, definitely if y'all haven't checked it out yet, Epiphany Engine, most definitely go check that out. I did a poster. I did a poster. I did a drawing, a poster for the Epiphany Engine on my channel. You can see the making of that on episodes 205 and 206 of my art video series Goat1408 TV. So y'all can check that out over there. Meantime, between times, what other big crossovers that done happened that I don't know about, you know, on the corporate side of the comics, man? You got the Superman, you got the Justice League and Godzilla.
Besides, like the only ones I really was following was like the Aliens and the Predator versus Spider-Man. Like that was pretty dope series.
Alien and Predator versus Spider-Man. Oh Lord Jesus!
Yeah, because like I said, you know, DC been had that embargo for a minute on it, so apparently they got lifted. So you got you start seeing those. But I mean, this year was a big year of Good night. Thank you for coming by, checking us out.
Yeah.
Tell the kids I said, hey.
Hey, Pusha P and D3. Love y'all. So
like, this was like a big year of sequels. Like, you know, we had a lot of sequels and a lot of prequels this year. Like two of the biggest prequels I'm gonna say this year, for my opinion, is well, actually three. I'm gonna say three prequels. Furiosa, that was one big prequel this year. Transformers 1, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And Alien Romulus.
Yeah, but you know, I seen Transformers 1. You know, I know that was off the chain. Romulus, I haven't seen that yet, but I plan on seeing that soon. So and you say that was good too. That got prequel for Alien was good as well, Romulus.
Yeah, Romulus. It's funny because it's a prequel, but it's also
in the building.
What's going on, Grand Hustler? It's like, man, I know y'all didn't do this. You know what I mean? It's like one of the things where something happened in the movie and it caused a complete domino effect. So you got to see it. You got to see it. But great movie, great prequel. Transformer 1. Got to put some screen. Got to put something up on there. Transformers 1. But Transformers 1, man, it shocked me because honestly, the trailers turned me off about that movie when I first seen it. I was like, man, this is trash. But it definitely is a bang. Like it is one of those movies that it deserves a sequel, or if it's just something that leads into the Transformer universe, whatever, it just deserved it. It was a really good movie. I was surprised. Oh yeah. See, man. See, I don't know. It is kind of a little gross, but it's things that make it gross, Hustler. It's things that make it gross. It's, you know, it's little parts on it that kind of make it gross. I just shared that screen, Slim. But yeah, there is some parts in there that is kind of gross. And I know when you see it, Slim, you're gonna be like, okay.
It's gonna be wild. But yeah, Transformers 1 was definitely a pleasant surprise because, you know, at first I wasn't feeling it at all when I first looked at. I mean, that would be my headline for it. Transformers 1 isn't as silly as it looks, and that would definitely be my headline for it because yeah, they definitely pulled it off as far as a great origin story. You feel me? And you know, you think it. I mean, like, yeah, obviously, you know, it's not that I don't mind. You know, like, it's nothing wrong with humor and stuff, but if it's just silly, trying to be funny but sucks being funny type of funny, then it's not gonna work with me. You know, it shouldn't work with anybody at this point. But it was funny where it needed to be, but it was, you know, it was moving the story forward and it was giving you a great origin story concerning, these characters, characters that, if you know the Transformers or them, like, like Alita 1, if you a Transformers head, Alita 1. So when you saw Alita 1, you was like, hey, they go Alita 1, you feel me? And when it came to, the rest of the situation, and of course, seeing Orion Pax and D16 together, getting a chance to see them fleshed out, seeing the antics that they got into, especially because of Orion Pax, what I'm saying? He was
right,
and D16 was kind of like, he was along for the ride, but he wasn't like the one that was trying to, move the needle on anything. He was just like, hey, he go do his job and whatever, what I'm saying? That's what he was about. And once their world got shaken up, both of them start looking at things in a different light, and we know what went down with it. What I'm saying? Not to spoil too much, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you know who they are, then you already know what it is.
I hate to say it, if y'all ain't seen it by now, then what I'm saying. Definitely, I would definitely give her a kiss. That's the WWE baby now. You gotta
right. She love WWE straight up. Like she got Jade Cargill figure. Don't she got Bianca too?
Yeah, she got Bianca. She got Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks. She got all her faves for sure. For sure. But I mean, hey man, if you ain't seen the movie yet, I hate to spoil it for you, bro.
That's the movie you need to see right there. Like my sis ended up watching the crappy of the crap movies, and that's what screws her thoughts on these movies, because she ended up watching the crappy movies, and then therefore her opinion on them is crap. So that's why you guys to listen to me when I tell you which ones you watch. Like I say, Bumblebee is pretty much the best of the recent movies. Well, after Bumblebee, the one that came out, Transformers: Rise of the Beast, that was good. That was good.
Definitely.
Like, so if you're gonna watch some Transformers movies, nothing wrong watching the original. That 07. Don't it feel so crazy to think that's almost 20 years ago, son? But there's nothing wrong with watching 07 of the first live action Transformers movie. But if you really Bumblebee, start off with Bumblebee and then go to Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Stick with those, because in the words of Suge Knight, unless you want Shia LaBeouf screaming in all your videos, you might want to start back then. You don't want to start. I mean, the thing about this one is, though, it's not too far away from the 80s cartoons. Like, like it's looking at the trailer. Whoever sliced that trailer together, they ain't really done anything. Oh yeah, so we got to talk. We're gonna talk about those too, Hustler. So that's another prequel. Thank you, Hustler, for saying that one too. That's another prequel that I missed this year. It's actually really good. Quiet Place Day One.
Shoot. We all saw that together.
Yeah, we saw it all together.
All three of us went to the movie to see that. That was what, on 4th of July.
Yeah, that was a great prequel. Great prequel.
That was
I like that series overall, though.
Huh?
I like that series overall. Like this series overall.
Quiet Place is good. A Quiet Place is real good. And Day One was definitely good. And like, especially when I found out, who the dude was, because at first, watching the dude throughout the whole movie, I was like, who is this no-name dude? I ain't
right.
And then I realized at the end that was daggone our boy Eddie from Stranger Things. So it was like, oh,
right.
That's Eddie from Stranger Things. Okay. So it was because I was like, man, we sacrificed Lupita for this no-name guy.
Man, they was talking about an American version of Dragon Ball Z, like to try to redo it again. And the cast that they picked was pretty good, but one that they picked it was Eddie as Vegeta, and I can't unsee it now. Like I can definitely see him. If I can find that
Eddie is Vegeta, I'm with that.
I can see that.
I'm with that.
I can definitely see it. You see what I mean? You see that,
Eddie
right?
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. Eddie is Vegeta. Yeah, I'm with that.
I could definitely see him being Vegeta for sure.
Everybody else got to sell you though. I mean, just can't be one good person in the cast. Like that's just like old girl who was Princess Yue in The Last Airbender. Yeah, she was great, but the rest of the movie was crap.
Right.
Well, the movie that shall not be named.
What movie?
Right. It ain't no movie in Boxing. Say, keep trying to tell y'all. Speaking of, that also didn't that come out this year? Yeah, the Last Airbender on Avatar, the Last Airbender on Netflix, the live action.
And that was a great series.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Of course, they changed up a couple of things. You know what I'm saying? As far as it go, like I still don't want them to make Aang too serious, but I guess the changes were a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? As far as the few little changes that they did, they were somewhat better. But I don't know. I mean, well, at the end of the day, you're just not gonna beat the original series. The original series is goated. You know what I'm saying? On its pacing and how everything went down in it. It's legendary all the way. Twisters, I haven't seen Twisters yet. First and foremost, what is Trap? I don't know what Trap is, and Twisters, I haven't seen Twisters yet.
Twisters was great.
Twisters was great. That's what's up.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Have to check
and
that
then we
out.
had this another sequel in the year of the sequels.
Have you seen Creature Commandos yet? Grand Hustle, I did see Creature Commandos episode 1 last night. Good. It was good.
I gotta watch Creature Commandos. I've seen all the videos. Been waiting to say I gotta watch it, as well as I'll talk about that show too, the Skeleton.
Skeleton Crew. Yeah, Creature Commandos is good, son. That was a good first episode. One dude, Josh Hartnett in there. Okay, cool. I was just talking about him the other day because it was somebody watching a movie that somebody was watching they was watching an episode of The Bear and they didn't even mention Josh Hartnett, which goes to show the generational gap, I guess you could say now, because the fact they didn't mention, hey, that's Josh Hartnett right there. Like they just looked at him like he was just some regular dude. Yeah. But yeah, okay. So Josh Hartnett got a new movie called Trap. Is it action?
I think it's a horror movie, a psychological horror movie. I think it's the same one I seen.
Okay, most definitely. Grand Hustler definitely has suggested some great movies in the building. Grand Hustler, who is in the chat right here, y'all. He put me on to
so this is a joint where they at the concert. It's a psychological thriller. But no, you can go to Deadpool Wolverine. But Trap, that was the one. I was sure that was the one. Yeah. That was pretty good. But you gotta see it to like
you definitely gotta check out
that, like, it play with your head, you know what I'm saying?
One of them joints, one of them crazy joints. Okay.
It's a thriller, it's definitely a psychological thriller. But yeah, man, the biggest hype beast this year, everything was around.
Of course, you already know. You already know.
Wolverine.
You already know because this was. We assume that this is Hugh Jackman's swan song now, unless he gonna do what Deadpool said till he 90. You know what I'm saying? This is his, move as last appearance as Wolverine or first appearance as Wolverine, if you want to call it, for the MCU, whichever way you want to call it. So obviously, Deadpool 3, aka Deadpool and Wolverine, made all the waves this year when it popped off, and it grossed all the monies. You know what I'm saying? We got Henry Cavill as Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? The Calverine. You know what I'm saying? We got, I don't know. They just did that man dirty on all fronts. Did him dirty on. Well, I ain't gonna say he got nothing dirty on The Witcher, because that was because he thought he was gonna come back as Superman. So that whole situation got him screwed up, which we'll of course discuss. The James Gunn Superman later on for what little bit we know about it. But that was good. But Deadpool and Wolverine definitely did what it needed to do. It brought Deadpool into the MCU somewhat, and it was a good. And if it ends up being his last movie, that was a great send off. Or if it end up being one of his next 3 movies, you know what I'm saying? We don't know yet, because of course we did get him with Thor, so who knows, that might go into play in the Secret Wars or whatever like that.
I'm definitely thinking probably Secret Wars, because they're already in production for, or the rumor mill is that Hulk versus Wolverine. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm wondering,
depends on which Hulk we get. Are we gonna get the Incredible Hulk 2008 type Hulk, or are we gonna get the Hulk that got beat up by Thanos Hulk?
And
I don't know, because that's still to me the best Hulk that we've got on screen thus far. The 2008 Hulk, that was still the best Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Sadly, it couldn't translate over to. I mean, the closest Mark Ruffalo got to that Hulk was in the first Avengers, and that was about it. You know what I'm
for
saying?
a few minutes. Mark Ruffalo, and a lot of people might think, say this is a wild thing, but as a Hulk character, he doesn't do it for me. Like, he doesn't really push the character forward, really. He doesn't really do much for the character. Like, his personality is, I get.
He still seems like a everyman, and Bruce Banner isn't a everyman. Like, he is a high geek scientist. Oh yeah. You heard about that too, Grand Hustle. I heard that Chris Evans is coming back to the MCU, which I had no doubt of. I mean, the man is younger than us, so there's no reason for him to not pop back up as Captain America. Like, zero reason for him not to pop back up. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, there's zero reason for him not to pop back up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could feel in the movie world that the lack of Captain America in the movies has been missed. You feel me? Because, you know what I'm saying? He was Captain America for 9 straight years in movies. Like, from 2011 to 2019, he was Captain America in at least one movie every year. You feel me? And like, Chris Evans has definitely did his job portraying Steve Rogers great. And Mackie, I feel bad for Mackie in a sense, but I mean, come on, bro. I mean, if you know anything about comic books, you know that people wants to see the original, the real McCoy when it comes to, because is Falcon even Captain America in the comic books right now, or did they make him Captain America again just for the movie, or what? Because that era of them trying to replace a character with another character and this, that, and the third, trying to make the mantles legacy mantles and all this and the such, it's just not gonna work, man. And I've always been against that. Me as a creator, I feel like if you want to make a new character, don't just daggone take a already established character and say, oh well, we're gonna make them different, we're gonna give this identity to a black person or a Spanish person or whatever other person. Like, just make a new character. Make a new character.
And that the thing is too, Captain America, it's not like you didn't know who Captain America was in that universe, and then you made him into Andrew Mackie. It's like, literally, I sit here, hold my beer while I go do my thing when I come back. And I mean, like, Andrew Mackie knows that Captain America is still around in the universe.
Anthony, or Falcon, or whichever way you want to call it.
But no, he knew that he was around in that universe. Like, he knew that. And it's like, you don't expect him to come back. But I mean, if it was me and I was directing that movie, whenever Falcon was getting beat to the point with Red Hulk, I would say on your left, and then have the Captain America.
They might still do that. I mean, we ain't even seen the movie yet, so
I'm just saying, that's what I mean. They doing reshoots. My reshoot would be that I would put Captain America on your left, which is like the perfect
perfect callback. Perfect callback.
Yep.
Perfect callback. And
have him come and fight.
And so and that's at the end of the day what it needs to be. I mean, because you know what I'm saying, until Chris Evans is old in real life, he should be able to play Captain America. I mean, I don't see why not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't see why he shouldn't play him either, because I mean, he looked just like him. And then, I mean, what's name's coming back to do another Thor movie, so
right. I mean, hey, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I mean, and of course, Robert Downey Jr., as we know, of course, announced this year coming back playing Dr. Doom, which, I mean, it's not like Robert Downey Jr. ain't got the range to play Dr. Doom, but it's just like, dang, Dr. Doom couldn't be his own person, like, and like, Dr. Doom is one of those characters that you just got to give him his own kudos to it. And now of course, obviously, the previous guys that played Dr. Doom in movies, you know what I'm saying, have been lackluster. The first guy was pretty okay in the first Fantastic Four movies, the guy who was on Nip Tuck or whatnot. But it's at the end of the day, he still didn't. He wasn't the ruler of Latavia. Y'all know the name of his
Latavia or whatever it's called.
He wasn't that Dr. Doom. He was like Richard Branson type of Doctor Doom, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know, that he wasn't the Doctor Doom, you feel me? He wasn't Victor Von Doom, you feel me? Man, I ain't mad. I ain't mad at why Robert came back. I ain't gonna never be mad about that.
It's crazy though. This is something that they kind of do with that storyline. You kind of box yourself in. I don't know which way they're gonna go with it, but the storyline was when whenever Doctor Doom did take over Tony Stark's body, and they kind of switched bodies or whatever. But why would you do that storyline doing Secret Wars though? I don't think you even, unless you just really trying to get Iron Man back into the universe. Okay, I get that.
I mean, that's pretty much what they're trying to do because I mean, at the end of the day, it was so many people on that battlefield that could have daggone snapped their fingers and didn't have to sacrifice Iron Man's life for that. But but they was trying to. It was called Endgame, so they was trying to daggone ending in the biggest way they possibly could, which, of course, unfortunately, put quote unquote end to the MCU as it was at that time, and at the same time, it was good that it all happened in a sense because, of course, what ended up happening a year later in real life with the death of Chadwick Boseman, and that, of course, sent everything catapulting to, and obviously the global pandemic, everything just started going, like where the ground at, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the ground? You know what I'm saying? And, so it's all kind of topsy turvy on that tip with everything that was going on, man. And but I'm looking I'm looking forward to because when they come out, what, February, the new Captain America New World Order, they come out like February. I'm looking forward to
February,
that.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to that. And most definitely another one like we talking about 2024, man. We talking about so many things that, of course, that happened since between this episode and the last. Invincible, of course, finally came back. Season 2 was epic. You know what I'm saying? Season 3 is on the way. I think next month or the month after, either January or February. Season 3 is coming next year. We ain't gotta wait 3 years, 2.5, 3 years for season 3. You know what I'm saying? So Invincible 2 hit it out the park. It did what it needed to do. Me being a fan of Invincible since 2011, thanks to this guy right here, Johnny Quest Gaming, got me those first 11 issues of Invincible for my birthday back in 2011, and I became a fan of Invincible and kept up with it up until the last issue back in 2018, and then we went 3 years with nothing about Invincible until 2021 season 1 came out. It hit it out the park. You know what I'm saying? It was amazing, especially during that time for people. We were still in the pandemic during that time, so a lot of people gravitated, and those who didn't know Invincible and did know Invincible, you know what I'm saying, boom, it hit it out the park, and then the long wait came.
A whole new level at that point. Like,
you
had a story where really people knew about Invincible, but I think doing the cartoon era, I mean, all the cartoons kind of changed it. You know what I mean? Like, they bring a whole nother level, because even like this movie that I just pulled up right here, that was another sequel that came out this year. The cartoon, I think, took it to another level because just like Ghostbusters, they were movies. They were very popular movies, but they didn't really hit the ground running until like they took cartoon format. Like,
until they expanded their properties to comics and cartoons and everything, and so that's what kept those properties alive. Because if you had to just depend on those movies, I mean, look, the last Ghostbuster movie before Afterlife came out in '89, and you know what I'm saying, and so. Before Afterlife came out, Ghostbusters was practically, well, as far as moviegoers go, Ghostbusters was there, but us as, fans who kept up with it over the years, pop culture wise, you know what I'm saying, we knew that it was still here. Beetlejuice, and I will assume they gotta make a third Beetlejuice to go ahead and finish the whole thing. Beetlejuice. Oh, I said it twice, 3 times. Oops. Anyway, but you know what I'm talking about. But
show up in your room.
Hey, he come up in here, ain't gonna be a problem. Hey, he gonna have to give up that suit and his powers, and he gonna have to go on back where he go. But Michael Keaton, this was indeed his breakout role the breakout role for him. You know what I'm saying? You know, this came out a year before 89's Batman, and so that was freaking amazing in itself. And as Grand Hustler just mentioned, Beverly Hills Cop after 30 years. When you think about how long it's been since
Beverly Hills Cop
came out, four bad boys came out between Beverly Hills Cop 3 and 4.
Yep.
And Bad Boys 4 came out this year as well, y'all.
Yep.
So when you think about that,
Beverly
Hills Cop 4 and Bad Boys 4 came out the same year in 2024. This year being the 40th anniversary of the first Beverly Hills Cop movie. It's been 30 years since Beverly Hills Cop 3. In that time, 4 Bad Boy movies came out in that time. Like, just think, the year after Beverly Hills Cop 3, Bad Boys 1 came out. And, you know, and so this year, of course, you know what I'm saying, was the 40th anniversary of Beverly Hills Cop 2. Rest in peace to Taggart, the actor who played Taggart. He died this year right after the movie came out. Which
I was glad he was able to be in the movie.
And I'm glad too, man, because you know what I'm saying. John Ashton, no, not John Ashton, because that sounds like Gomez from the Adams family. But I know his first name is John. So hold on for a second. I'll look it up real quick.
But you know, it's the thing is, what's really interesting about a lot of the sequels that came out is just like Beetlejuice, you rarely get a chance where you get the original cast to come back after such a long time.
Exactly.
And I think what's the name definitely was blessed as far as like that go with Beverly Hills Cop, because they were able to get so many people from the original cast to come back, and I think that was spectacular.
I gotta break you. I'll be right back. Keep on talking, son. Keep on talking.
Yeah, the only thing I was hoping was they would have done a little bit more as far as like told about his past and what's been going on since the last movies. Like that would have been cool, but yeah, this has definitely been an overall year of the sequels, man. I another movie that's kind of not a mainstream movie that is becoming a mainstream movie is The Terrifier, which is a sci-fi, not a sci-fi, but a horror genre. It's like the extreme horror. It's like one of those movies that's back in the 80s where you had to go to the very back of Blockbuster to find it. Like people wasn't supposed to know about it type thing. Like that was the Terrifier movie. So they had the Terrifier 3 come out this year. So that was another sequel that was doing. Doom 2 also was another sequel that came out this year. But it's been a big year for sequels and prequels this year. Some original properties came out, but mainly, and we'll talk about some of those original properties when Slim get back, but mainly it's been, you know, a bunch of great sequels, and I'm all here for the sequels. I want to see the continuation of these stories. I want to see what happened to these characters that we love, and as long as you do the sequels good. Don't do the sequels half cocked, and then you're like, man, this sucks. But so far, all the sequels this year has been pretty good sequels.
Most definitely. Let's see. It's funny because as far as like if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm trying to unscramble my brain. I think Deadpool and Wolverine was like technically the only MCU movie that came out this year, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, technically there's another movie that came out that I'll show.
I don't think it was no other, because I don't remember going to see no other MCU movie this year.
No, it wasn't MCU, but
yeah,
it was another Marvel movie that came out this year.
Oh well, See, my MCU record is still unbroken. But the other movie, if you talking about what I think you're talking about, I haven't even seen it yet because Grand Hustler himself said it was trash. He said it was trash, and the fact that Grand Hustler, who is one of the biggest Venom fans that I know, said it was trash, that's bad. That's
now,
bad.
The only thing about this movie that's good is the end credit scene. And the end credit scene ain't even that good. It's just the fact that if you own the Venom universe, you know how important this character is to the whole Venom scenario, because he's the guy that quote unquote made the symbiotes. And you know, he was mentioned in his sword was in actually the Thor movies.
Yeah, I remember you told me that. Yeah.
So Noel the Conqueror, whatever his name is, but that was pretty big. But
that's crazy though, man. That's crazy. Like, you know how bad that is. Like, and you know me, like you know, like I wasn't too keen on the Venom series when it first jumped off, but the first movie, you know, did pretty good. The second movie was great. It was definitely better than the first, but you know, but I still, you know, like when it came to separating the whole thing, you know, as far as like Venom and Spider-Man, you know, separating his ties to Spider-Man. That's what, you know, I mean, yes, Venom can survive on his own without having to be tied to Spider-Man, but you know, that was such a big part of his history. That was the beginning of his history. So, you know what I'm saying, as far as that go in the comics. And so to separate that, you know, I wasn't always kind of against that at first, but you know, the first movie did pretty good, the second movie did pretty good, but you know, when the third movie came out, and you know, I'm looking at the trailer, I'm like, hey, like it was just something in me that just wasn't feeling it. And then when Grand Hustle gave me that confirmation that it was trash, I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
I can tell. I mean, when I saw that trailer, I was
yeah,
like, man, this is a trailer about nothing. Like it
right.
had nothing that was going on. It was doing nothing. It was just a trailer about nothing. But the thing is, with Venom, I was really done with Venom after Spider-Man Far From Home. I mean, the
Yeah, when they did that horror tease, like I mean, they didn't even tie him in there, like just end credit scene and then end credit scene, and that's it. Like that's all we got.
I
Like
mean,
I
at
mean,
least you could have been clever enough if you was going to put him in there and he saw Spider-Man. At least it should have been a part where at the end he was like, "Look, Eddie," and then he got the me Spider-Man, got the Spider-Man symbol on his chest,
right,
like
right, you know,
something,
yeah,
something
I
to make
mean,
sense of
and
why he's in there. Other than that, it made no
right, and
sense. I mean,
right, and that's another, and that of course, you know, aesthetically, you know, for his look, for Venom's look, you know, the white spider on him, that would have been, you know, just that part right there would have made all the sense. Okay, for him to see Spider-Man and then to him to emulate it and put the white spider on his chest, that would have been epic right there, just to show that he got the white spider on his chest now, just from that visual interaction of seeing Peter Parker and you know Venom. You know, Venom, the way he was talking to Peter, I mean, talking to Eddie at the end of part two, you know, talking about, you know, the multiverse and other that, you know, so Venom himself is probably aware of the obsession he had with Peter Parker in another multiverse or whatever like that. And they didn't even play on to that. And so it's
it
like
was useless. It was useless.
useless.
It really was a. It wasn't even like a cash grab because it's something that you
Right.
didn't ask
It was
for.
just something to F with the fans, F with the fans to tease them. It was a tease. It was a whole tease. It was a whole tease. And just to get your hopes up to, okay, you know, we're gonna tease it for the next movie, and you know, everybody gonna come running because they're gonna be thinking, oh, Venom gonna be up in here, and what he wasn't. You feel me? So that's all that was.
That was
So
useless.
it
I
was a
mean, it
tease. It
wasn't
was
even
a tease
necessary. Like,
and a cash grab because you know they flooded. They got all the people. How many you thought? I mean, y'all guys right here, and I'm part of it too. How many of y'all thought Venom was going to be a part of Far From Home as far as that go? At least even like in half of the movie, just a scene or two interacting with Peter Parker, something like we didn't even get that. And
I mean, you
you
don't need to
thought,
take an educated guess. Like, why would you, I mean, if you thought about it in any type of rationality, your thought was going to be okay. Venom. Okay, we're gonna see Venom. Why else would you
right?
put him in the movie for him just to stay at a
Exactly.
bar and then teleport back? Like,
Grand Hustle. You say we got Craven coming up this month. You mean Morbius Part 2? Because that's what I'm feeling right there. Because it's like some
Craven.
Sony wilding, man. It's like they just trying to take everybody they can and trying to make a franchise off of. Morbius could have been a solid franchise because Morbius is the type of character who's had his own books before. He would have been privy to that. You know what I'm saying? He would have been privy to having a possible franchise. Craven is a Spider-Man villain who I ain't in the whole history of my life I ain't never said, man, I wish Craven had a book.
He's got potential. You know what I mean? He got potential. Like, I could see potential in Craven, but you got to make some establishing. Like, I've noticed how, like, if it
I
was true MCU, they would have probably put him in the movie as a villain,
you know,
made
the
you
most
like him, and then
establishment
come
he
back in the
does
story.
have is pretty much in his actor, who you know we all know very well. You know his
Who
actor,
what's that dude name?
huh?
What's his name?
The dude who played Kick Ass.
What's that movie called? No, I'm teasing. But nah, man. I mean,
But
yeah, I
that's
mean that was a great thing for him to be the actor, but I think that's wasted too. because
because
he could have been any hero at that point. I mean, truth be told, technically he could have been Spider-Man, but that's just my opinion. But
he's far beyond Spider-Man now because he's at the point where he's playing Craven, and you know what I'm saying, Craven and Spider-Man don't look none alike.
No, not at this point. But
you know, but like during his early kick-ass days, he would have been great as Spider-Man, or potential Spider-Man or whatnot, and even to I guess he could have, you know, the same length of time that old boy been Spider-Man. Yeah, I know the boy name. The new boy. I can't think of it. Tom Holland. How, you know, he could have been Spider-Man up to this point, but even still, I guess when you think about it, well, still he was a lot older at that point, even still, because he was almost, because he's over 30 now. And the boy I think was born in like 90, so he's like 34 years old now. So
yeah,
Tom is still under 30. He ain't even 30 yet. So you know what I'm saying, they was looking for a guy who could play Spider-Man into his, you know, mid to late 20s. You know what I'm saying, because the MCU got to remember one thing. Like Spider-Man does eventually grow up, y'all. You know, he doesn't just stay a teenage superhero forever. He's not a teenage hero forever. Like, you know, he wasn't even a teenager when we were born. You know, he was already in college when we were born. You know what I'm saying? His teenage years was in, like, literally in the first like 30 issues of Spider-Man, and that was back in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? He was in college when we were born. You know, so. Yeah,
and, you know what's funny about that too is, like, I don't put Tom Holland in as Spider-Man per se more than I put him as like a Ben Riley Spider-Man. Like, I don't see Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I see him as the blonde-haired version of Spider-Man. Like,
dang, that's horrible.
I just do. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. That's just how I picture him. I don't see him as Spider-Man. Like, he doesn't match up to what I see Spider-Man. First of all, he's shorter than.
I mean, obviously, the only one who fits the physical persona of Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield's the greatest Spider-Man, and I like, in my top fave Spider-Man would be Andrew Garfield. Toby is Spider-Man. Definitely gonna get that award.
Yeah, I put it like this. Andrew Garfield is Ditko Spider-Man. Toby is Romenta Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying, Ditko, that was the co-creator, the original artist of Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is tall, he's lanky, you know what I'm saying, that's how he was at first, you know what I'm saying, you know, as far as his art style was. John Romenta, the quintessential artist of John Romenta Senior and Junior, because Junior is on task himself, but Romenta Senior is the quintessential Spider-Man artist who came in after Ditko. He was the one who gave Spider-Man a little bit more mass, a little bit more muscle, and you know, as far as the height go, you know, he's still the same height, but you know, but with the mass, he doesn't look as tall and lanky as he did, you know, in the first appearances. So Andrew Garfield is I mean, he's literally the same height Spider-Man is supposed to be, because Spider-Man is supposed to be like 5'10", 5'11", which in a sense ain't that tall, but is tall. But when you look at how the other Spider-Man look in comparison to the people around them, they look short. You know what I'm saying? They look like they don't look like they are even 5'7". You know what I'm saying? You know, they look real short around everybody else. Spider-Man is supposed to be a tall dude. I mean, 5'10" is pretty tall. You know what I'm saying? He's taller than me. So, you know, it's pretty tall. So
and then the spider sense, the movements, like, I think he was definitely the quintessential Spider-Man. Even the death scene with Gwen. with his Gwen Stacy, like, I mean, now people are going back and like, oh yeah, he was the better Spider-Man, or he was the best Spider-Man.
But we knew that already back then, because I mean, you remember, I mean, shoot, we was outraged when they said, oh, they Andrew not about to continue being Spider-Man, and they not gonna bring him into the MCU. They're gonna bring a whole new dude, and we was like, dang, y'all just running through Spider-Man now, and then like this dude just got this role because his first Spider-Man movie came out the same year as the Avengers. So y'all could have easily have, but obviously, you know, the whole situation with Sony and Marvel, you know, Sony was trying to cling on to the rights all by themselves, you know what I'm saying, instead of doing the deal back then, because I understand why they probably didn't do the deal back then, Sony, because they didn't think the MCU was gonna work. They didn't envision the success that the MCU was gonna have. So by the time, by the time you get to 2014, that's the year Winter Soldier came out. Winter Soldier being one of probably the best MCU movies ever. In terms of just its production and the quality of it. And by that time they was like, oh, and then Guardians of the Galaxy came out that year too, the first Guardians of the Galaxy. By that time Sony was like, oh dang, we shoot. Hey, y'all still want to do that?
No.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, we could, but the way y'all daggone second one bummed out, and y'all had Jamie Foxx out there looking crazy, as Electro. No, dog. Nah. We'll think about it. I'll holler us in a couple more years, yeah, we do it. We just gonna go ahead and get our boy. We gonna get us a new boy. We ain't gonna use y'all boy. We gonna get a new boy, and he gonna be Iron Man Jr.
That's pretty much who he is. I mean, Tom Holland to me is like, you know how they have the shows back in the day with the cartoons, and you have like the little a miniature version of the actual character. You got like the kitty version, and that's nothing. No disrespect to Tom Holland, because I think he does a good job as this.
He's a chibi Spider-Man.
Yeah, he the little Spider-Man, like you the little
he's little Spidey.
You ain't big Spider-Man. Even your Mary Jane ain't even really Mary Jane. She's MJ. Little decaf, but I mean that's cool. You know what I mean? Like that was cool for him as a character. I think his story is cool, but at this point, I don't think he really meshed well with the MCU too, because he kind of took it to another place. Like Spider-Man is supposed to be a character that stands alone, and this
exactly, and that's what he's always been about. He's not, he's not a character that's like, oh, I can't wait to join the Avengers, or I want to be the 5th member of Fantastic Four, or hey, X-Men, holler at me. Like he ain't that dude. No, he ain't never been that dude. Real Spider-Man. Hey, he stand 10 toes down. He's the unofficial mascot of Marvel. He
the one that carried it on his back.
Right, he had that mug on his back for decades. For decades.
Say what we want. I mean,
yeah, that mug on his back from Amazing Fantasy 15 on up. You know what I'm saying? Like he had it on his back, and so you know what I'm saying. Like I mean, I ain't got to tell you. You already know. I mean, shoot, all you gotta do, hey, go look at the 80s and the 90s, and that's where it kind of died at when they started doing that Clone Saga crap. But you know what I'm saying. But at that point, you know what I'm saying, Spider-Man was popular enough where when that movie finally came out in 2002, it was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, we finally got Spider-Man out here where he's supposed to be at, even though it's not like he needed the popularity. He was already popular. Everybody already knew who Spider-Man was. I mean, it was basically like seeing a new Superman movie, you know what I'm saying? But of course, this was the first time, you know what I'm saying, that Spider-Man had a big movie. And so now, you know what I'm saying, we 22 years, hence down the road. And, you know what I'm saying, I'm glad that Iron Man got elevated, but not to de-elevate Spider-Man. You feel me? And so we already
which is weird. But I mean, don't get me wrong. We know Iron Man was popular. I mean, you got the main character. You got Iron Man, Thor, Cap, and Hulk, and Spider-Man. Like those are the big characters if we're talking about just mainstream Marvel. If we're talking about like overall, then Wolverine and X-Men definitely gonna be they thing. You know what I mean? Like that's without a doubt. Like who the real stars of Marvel is.
And they show just that much when they got a real kick it, a real shot in the arm, you know what I'm saying, with that amazing series that came out this year, X-Men 97, you know what I'm saying, bringing the X-Men back to, you know what I'm saying, a place of what you know what I'm saying, the real X-Men, not no tall Hugh Jackman led X-Men, you feel me?
And another thing, another part of the year of the sequels, because X-Men 97 is another sequel.
Exactly, and X-Men 97 did his thing in spades. Shoutouts to Studio Mirror, an amazing animation studio company that is behind series such as Legend of Korra, Voltron, Legendary Defender. They was the studio that handled X-Men 97, and it showed from beginning to end, especially leading into, or by the time you got to episode 3, they started showing out on you. You feel me? They started showing out on you.
Yeah, X-Men.
The fluidity of their animation, keeping it looking like the 90s, but more fluid and better. That's they did their thing right there. You know what I'm saying? And of course, shout outs to those who was able to come back. The most of the voices from the original cartoon was able to come back. The second woman who played Storm back in the 90s, she came back. Of course, the man who played Wolverine, who gave him the voice that we all know, came back, So that was an amazing and can't wait to see season 2 of that. Season 2, we ready for that. We are ready for that.
Hopefully that's coming out next year, but we'll see.
We'll see. Even if it do come out next year, I'm guessing that the most is probably gonna come out. By the time it come out, it's probably gonna come out probably like the middle of the year, probably close to the end of the year, because if you look at how everything came out this year in 2024, we wasn't lacking on nothing. We started this year off with Solo Leveling, a series that I know both of you guys, Grand Hustler, and you ain't finished up yet. And Grant in Solo Leveling, that mug is amazing. And season 2 is coming out next month, y'all. So y'all got time to check out season 1, because like I told Grand Hustle the other day, because I know he don't too much care for the sub. So go check out that dub. The dub is even just as amazing, because the voice quality is just as good as the sub. So definitely go check out season 1 of Solo Leveling, which is based off the manhwa. And it is phenomenal. It's an amazing series right there. And so we started off with Solo Leveling this year, went from that to Invincible, went from Invincible to daggone X-Men 97, went from X-Men 97 to My Hero Academia, which did its 7th season this year. Next year will be the 8th and final season of My Hero Academia. We even got the last bit. Or was that last year? I'm trying to remember. Was it last? No, I think it was. No, it was last year, because I was still in my old spot last year. Just in case for anybody that haven't realized it yet, I have moved since the last episode of the Nerd Strip Club. But Attack on Titan, that came out last year though. That was
last season. Attack on Titan.
But yeah, My Hero Academia season 7 came out. Then of course we got the final season of Arcane that just dropped last month in November. Arcane is amazing. I know JohnnyQuestGaming got to finish that up. What episode was you on last you watched?
Remember I started episode 4, but I had fell asleep. Not on it, but I just fell asleep, so I was tired overall.
Gotcha. Yeah. So
speaking of that.
And then we even got Revolution earlier this year. I mean, but we talked about that already, because we discussed that on the episode earlier this year on Nerd Strip Club, but that was still this year too. Revolution, Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, we talked about that on the last show.
Yeah, we talked about that on the last show, but all of that was this year in 2024, y'all. In the anniversaries, Purple Rain 40th anniversary, Transformers 40th anniversary, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 40th anniversary, Breaking 40th anniversary. A lot of stuff popped off in 1984, y'all.
And the 30th. This is the 30th anniversary of PlayStation. 30 years.
PlayStation next year, 1995. That will be the 30th anniversary of the PlayStation. That part. Yeah, man. Like,
it's gonna show you some artwork from something that I was looking at today. I actually played it today. This game called Marvel Rivals. Man, when I say the artwork is beautiful, it is a
Marvel Rivals. I've seen the commercials of that. Yeah, Moon Knight looks great on that. Oh, and Castlevania Nocturne came out this year.
Castlevania Nocturne did come out this year.
And season and yes, sir. And Grand Hustle just season 2 come out next month, baby. You better know that. Who we got right here? Yeah, that's
Namor.
Who that Namor?
Yep.
All right, Namor. He trying to get Shuri for real, ain't he?
Hey man, you got to see the version that they did of what the guy should look like on the TV show. Like if I can find it, hold on a second. Let me pause it for me for a second, so.
What was that?
You'll pause the video for me on the trying to show you Namor. They show how dude should have looked, and it's like wow.
What is that going? Is that on the phone? Marvel Rivals?
It's on every platform.
Oh, so you can play it on the phone too?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I might have to check that out then.
But it's just a little shooter. Like today, I was played for my first time, and I played as the Punisher. And no bragging, but I might have killed 25 people my first round. Like, don't give me no character, don't give me no Punisher character thinking it ain't gonna go down. But
that man was doing it back in the day on War Journal, goddamn, not Warzone.
Yeah, man. So I mean, the artwork on there is amazing. I'm trying to find that Namor picture they did of Marvel Rivals Namor, and it's like, dang, if dude had lived up to the way that they wanted him to look on here, that would have been an awesome Namor. Just goes to show you how people can throw you off by like, okay, here you go. Yep, this is it. Dang it. You hate when you click on the image online and it's like the full scale, but then you actually
right, be so small, be a little 2 kilobyte JPEG.
Right, exactly. You're like, that's not what I clicked on at all, man.
Right. Be like, what is this?
Okay, here, maybe I can just show you from here. Hold on. Let me show. Can you show my screen?
Yeah, yep.
Hold on. I gotta go back to this one. I gotta show it from this one over here. Just a second. Just showing the picture.
Oh, also with that being said, y'all, let's see, yeah, Castlevania Nocturne, that was an amazing series right there. If y'all saw the first Castlevania, that was amazing. Also speaking on that same vein, next year, y'all, feel old now. Feel old. Next year will be 40 years since the cult classic Vampire Hunter D came out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I first saw
here
that
you go.
back in '94. That's when I first saw that movie. I remember feeling so old when I saw the end. I was like, 1985. That was 9 years ago.
Man, 1985. I remember watching Vampire Hunter D. This catch, remember that animation domination type thing they used to do back in the day?
Right, what TBS? Yeah,
TBS in '69. Yep.
Because that's what I first seen it. I first saw it on TBS.
So this is what dude was supposed to look like on the movie.
Well, that wasn't gonna happen, bro. That wasn't gonna happen because they got that boy from the resort and they said, "Hey, Namor." Like, okay, like cool.
He looked. I mean, like that Namor right there. He's boss right there, man. Like I would have been like, wow, that's an awesome Namor. He got the bird feet on. I mean,
he got some real wings on his feet. Shoot, they ain't never drew his wings like that on his ankles in the comic books. Like he got some real wings on his daggone ankles.
But yeah, this is the game, y'all. If y'all haven't seen Marvel Rivals, this is Marvel Rivals. It's kind of in the genre of Overwatch, and like a Call of Duty type thing. It is a PvP shooter. Basically just kill, rinse, and repeat. I know certain characters have certain advantages to them. Like for instance, I know Punisher, from what I worked with, he had a gun and a shotgun and a smoke grenade, and then he had a special move where he can drop a turret, and the turret is just over P. And then the other weapon he has is like whenever his special is, he turned into like a he download 2 heavy machine guns and kind of like an armor type thing, and go ham on it. But the artwork, but I mean,
artwork is fire. Can you customize the characters like how y'all could do like on the Avengers game?
Sort of what I mean, they have skins. So this is in the genre like Overwatch. Any of those games that you look at the first person, I mean, third person arena shooters or first person arena shooters, their biggest selling point is character skins. So their art direction is always top notch. Like you're gonna get some of the best art direction out of those franchises. Like anybody that does anything with those, they're gonna have some really great art. Now longevity on this, I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's a fly by night concept. It's fun to jump in there and fight with your favorite Marvel characters and an all out arena first person shooter type environment. So you get that aspect of it, but longevity, there's not much of a story there, not from what I've seen. And with characters like these, you got to have some type of story because they come from comics. But it's fun,
Right.
It's free to play. Jump in there as your favorite Marvel character and go head to head with your friends or just people online in general.
You can't never beat
So it's pretty cool.
free to play. You can't never beat
no.
it. I mean,
You can't beat free to play. Now it's not a Marvel Champions Online. You remember the Champions game?
Right.
I think that's what is that now? Like 12 years old now. I think it either hit its 12th or 10th year mark recently. Conquest of Champions. But yeah, it's nothing like that. It's mainly just first person or third person shooter type game. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. But definitely the selling point is going to be the graphics as far as like character model, brilliant character models. They got a new character on here that I'm not sure who that is. Maybe somebody can tell me. Her name is Snowy something.
Snowy.
It's Snowy something like it's something snowy. She's some new character. She's an ice character, but she's a pop star. So she kind of seemed like Dazzler, but she's not. She's a pop star, and she's got powers. I'm thinking she's a mutant. But they don't like to classify mutants as mutants anymore. It's kind of it's politically incorrect to say mutants anymore. But she's a gifted person. But I'm not sure what her deal is. I just saw.
Wait, hold on. What? Who can't say mutant no more? Talking about in universe, they can't say mutant no more.
No, I mean they say the universe, but now I think it's something with like the movies. They're trying to get away from the word mutant. So
they just don't want. They just don't want to daggone Marvel because Marvel basically own that word.
Right. No, I mean like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you don't really hear it like that. So I don't know if they just trying to get rid of it because they did the same thing with in the DC universe.
Well, they ain't gonna stop me from saying mutants. So what they gonna call the new mutants? The new peoples? Yeah, man.
What did they call them in what was the people called in
I mean, if you start calling them something else, I mean, understandable like DC and Image or even us, as far as like, well, the only like as far as like you can't brand them as mutants. Like X-Men, like Marvel, they can continue to brand mutants because that's the word that they use. But at the end of the day, mutant has its own definition, something that's been mutated, something or whatnot like that. I mean, like what they gonna do? They gonna go after Thundercats and say they ain't called Slive and them mutants no more? Like,
I don't know, bro.
Which was always weird to me about that, them calling them mutants when they're animal people, just like y'all animal people,
Right? The mutates. But the thing is weird though, with like they try to get change the names up because like I'm trying to figure out what did they call because on in the original in the DC comics they were what called Inhuman. What were they called?
No, they weren't Humans because Inhumans is Marvel too.
Yeah, what were they called?
Dang, I done lost the word, but I know the word. You know the word, but what is it? It's something. I can't remember it right now. But it was something else though, obviously. But,
and then they changed it for the TV shows.
I can't remember what it was. like era, I can't remember, but they had their own type of word for it. And I mean, everybody has their own type of words. I mean, like even in the Force, you know what I'm saying? The Force have their own words, you know what I'm saying? Like it went from trinities to gene threats, you know what I'm saying? It evolved over that course of time as far as what certain type of characters with powers were called. Dang, it's on the tip of my tongue what DC was calling them. Said dang, but
metahumans.
Metahuman. Thank you. Yeah, metahumans.
And I like that title. And I
Yeah,
don't know why they changed it from metahumans.
yeah. I mean, because it made sense for that. I mean, in that terms of me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was better than just saying superhuman or something like that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't even know what they call them in the what did they change them to in the series? They changed them something.
Oh, and what?
In the TV shows, what do they call them?
I can't remember.
Talking
about in the Arrowverse, I can't remember what they call it.
Something what they call
in Flash they called them something else. I can't remember what they called them. They called them something because they were talking about those who was affected by the blast.
So pretty much everybody was something
because again Static the ones who got
the Bang
babies, Bang babies, so everybody got their own thing, whatever. But you're not gonna ever take away mutants from the X-Men. Like that's just they ain't gonna happen.
Which when the heck are we gonna get a live action Static anything? Which is like the easiest show to do.
I mean, it is. I mean, it certainly is. But guess what? It's something like that ain't gonna happen because they ain't gonna feel like it's profitable. You know what I'm saying? You see what happened with Black Lightning. So
what exactly happened with Black Lightning? Because Black Lightning just went out.
It just went out bad. It went down bad. It went down bad when they put that wig on that girl when she had short hair. Man, I was like, that stunt double. You could easily see that stunt double with that bad little short afro wig she had, or he, or whatever it was. That was horrible. It was like Black Lightning season 4. Just like it got horrible, more and more horrible each and every episode. I ain't even finished that show. It just got bad each and every episode that came on.
I did not finish the final season. I don't think I did.
And I won't finish the final season. But Grant Hustler, of course, he did say the other day that Superman and Lois, which of course is the last show that has connections with the Arrowverse, it just ended, and he said that the last episode was great. I might just skip to the last episode because I barely watched season 3. I think I stopped watching season 3 after the first episode, so I might just skip to the fourth episode. I mean, the final episode of the fourth season, just to see how it went down, how it went off. Because I don't know, because it's just some things that's hard to look at, y'all. And harder than Doomsday to look at. You feel me? And if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
Lois. Anyway, but Family Guy reference. But anywho, but but definitely gotta check out Superman and go see how it ended, because the dude plays Superman, who was on Teen Wolf and played Tom Hanks' son in Road to Perdition. You know what I'm saying? He did a great job, embodying Superman, and and that's sadly something that Henry Cavill didn't get a chance to do because they didn't. They didn't utilize him as much as they should have utilized this dude who pretty much was the physical embodiment of Superman. But at the end of the day, we're gonna see what James Gunn, because James Gunn is an amazing director and writer, whatnot. Well, more so director. Well, I guess because he did write Creature Commandos. I saw him on the credits of writing that, or directing it. So James Gunn is good. So I'm a hope for the best with this Superman that he got coming out. You know what I'm saying? And shout outs also to my little cousin, Grand Hustler's son, who worked on the set of that joint. So you feel me? So most definitely I'm looking forward to that movie coming out, because I mean, it's Superman. I mean, come on, it's Superman. So we hoping for the best when it comes to this, but I've been looking at that suit a few times, and I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that suit
the play that suit like it's gonna be like the suit where, remember when Superman had the cancer
Yeah, that could be what it is. Maybe it's some type of solar powered suit. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, for that instance or whatnot, because it's so padded looking. You know, it's like it's got
But
to
then
be
it's also looking like the suit from the show, from the cartoon.
all right. It's got to be a reason for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they trolling the same way Sonic the Hedgehog one trolled us with Ugly Sonic,
Man.
which of course,
Hey, remember, Ugly Sonic was planned.
man, Ugly Sonic was super planned, and that was probably one of the greatest plans of this decade thus far, outside of the pandemic. But but yeah, yeah, that Ugly Sonic that was. If y'all ain't seen the Chip and Dale movie that came out a couple of years ago, y'all missing out. Y'all gotta go see that just to see what we talking about. The Ugly Sonic, I salute you, bro. I salute you.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a valid use for Ugly Sonic, man. They definitely found a way for Ugly Sonic.
Man, good, yo.
Like that movie was in itself was Roger Rabbit 2. I don't care what nobody say.
That would be beyond Roger Rabbit too, because that was that was a movie that actually had history. Because Chip and Dale actually had history, as opposed to Roger Rabbit's history was fabricated
Yeah.
for his movie. Chip and Dale, they the real ones, even though they came up with a modern quote unquote history as far as not even necessarily modern history, because but they still had them like they were kids in the early 80s or something like that. Now y'all know y'all older than that. Y'all was around what, the 40s, 50s, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But the way they fabricated it, to lead up to Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers that came out '89, which was the first of the big Disney shows of the late '80s, early '90s, and whatnot, leading into that era. But that movie was great, and especially the fact, you had Chip, who was still looking like, still animated, and Dale, he got his makeup.
Hey man, he had to go do the surgery, man.
Hey, yeah, he had to get that what, the BBL, whatever you want to
Yeah,
call
he
it.
had to get his ADL or something. What do you want to call it?
Yeah, I gotta be fresh out here, man. I gotta get digitized on. Yo, yeah, the whole premise of that movie was perfect, man. That movie was A1. That movie was A1.
That was another movie I was like, am I gonna? Is it gonna be good? You know what I mean? But it surprised me. That was definitely a great
That's
movie.
real good. I need a sequel for that. 2025, give me a sequel to that one. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? I'm still tripping off that Zipper got gadget though, bro. Like, man, what?
Hey, you didn't see it coming, did you?
Nah. Oh, she did though.
You saw it. But I mean, great sequel. I mean, this year and all the sequels we had some good sequels. We had some we didn't mention, like Inside Out 2 that came out. That was a great
Yeah,
one.
yeah, I still gotta see that. I mean, I assume it's good because it's a Pixar movie. I mean, if
Yeah.
it ain't good, something wrong, So I assume that got to be good. What other sequel we had? What other sequels did we have? Yeah, because this has been definitely a year of some sequels. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Let me blow my nose real quick.
As far as animation goes, as far as like TV series, new Dragon Ball Z came out this year, which is actually really good. I enjoyed the Dragon Ball Z so far. That's a good one. Other than that, there was we had was did Ninja Konui come out? Did it come out this year or last year?
Yeah, Kamui did come out this year. Ninja Kamui did come out this year, and we spoke on that when in the early part of the year. But but by that time, the series was still going on. That was a great series right there. If y'all want to see a bang down series, Ninja Kamui was definitely amazing. And to go along with Dragon Ball, of course, we mentioned we got a short on the channel talking about the passing of the one of the guys of manga, Akira Toriyama, who passed, of course, earlier this year, the creator of Dragon Ball, and so many other things that he touched as far as his art, and everybody who was influenced and inspired by his manga, his artistry. What I'm saying, over the past 4 decades. What I'm saying, since from everything before Dragon Ball, Dr. Slump, and everything afterwards. What I'm saying, all the stuff that Dr. Slump was actually after Dragon Ball, excuse me, but But yeah, Kira Toriyama, man, that was that dude right there. You know, of course, earlier this year, Carl Weathers passed. Tony Todd, who played Candyman, he just recently passed. Angela Bofield,
Gerald Jones,
singer James Earl Jones, John Amos. Man, it's definitely been some greats that left this year. You know what I'm saying? So rest in peace to those amazing people in film and cinema and music. You know what I'm saying? That definitely, you know, left the impact, you know, forever impact this year. You know what I'm saying? James Earl Jones, I mean, what more can you say about that? That's Darth Vader, man. That's Darth Vader. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's the man who was with daggone my girl Claudine, you know what I'm saying? That he killed Conan's parents, you know.
yep.
They're gonna throw some doom, baby. You know what I'm saying? So
that man had the
yeah,
rest in peace to both of them with that hair.
real, right? Because that what we used to get on real. Like, man, that boy that look like throw some doom, man. Got that James Earl Jones, man. He was real.
Right.
Here's the names. Rest in peace to real. Rest in peace to
Rest in peace
James
to
Earl
real,
Jones.
man. But the crazy part about it is too, James Earl Jones, quote unquote, had said he just had recently given up the rights to do Darth Vader's voice.
I mean, as he should let that voice live forever, because hey, nobody else can. I mean, you can't have Darth Vader sounding like something else after James Earl Jones. That ain't gonna work, bro. You can't have him saying like, "Hey, Luke, I'm your father."
well,
No,
actually,
bro, what is that?
that's what he was going to sound like before he actually
I'm
James Earl
sure.
Jones took over. The original guy, the guy who in the suit did the voice, he sounds exactly like that. Like, I don't know how you knew.
I'm sure. Rest in peace, of course, you know, David Prowse, you know what I'm saying? Everybody who was involved in the whole Darth Vader mystique, you know what I'm saying? Going the man who walked around in the suit, and you know, the man who did the voice, and the man whose face was revealed at the end of the original, you know, Return of the Jedi, you know. So all I'm gone now. Crazy, man. Time. Be time. Speaking of time, 3 more days, y'all. 3 more days is my hero, my superhero in my life's birthday. My dad, his birthday is in 3 more days, y'all. Gonna be the big 7. You know what I'm saying? The big 7, the 70.
Level 70.
That's wild, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine. I got a couple more decades till I get there. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we'll have, you know what I'm saying, Nerd Strip Club sandwiches for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Happen. You know what I'm saying? And all that other good stuff. And hopefully my city, my football team, y'all see I got their shirt on today. Hopefully they have a Super Bowl by then.
Well,
Can
how many years you said away? How many years you said?
We got a good little minute till we get to 70. So you know what I'm saying. What year that gonna be? That's gonna be 2050. Yeah.
We'll check back and see if the Falcons won a Super Bowl in 2050.
Right. We gonna see. We gonna see if 2050 is our year. Good God, man. Come on. They should have got it back in 99.
Stop. You only hurting your feelings. You only hurting your own feelings, man. You only hurting your own feelings.
I just did a rant about them the other day. If y'all gonna check that out, go check that out. But yeah.
Yeah, I saw the music on the Instagram. I was like, yep, I mean, he's upset.
Hey man, I'm just saying they gotta do better, man. They gotta do better. But you know what has done better is just the quality of stuff that's come out. Like I don't know if y'all are into this show called The Bear that I mentioned earlier. That is a good show, good cooking show. They're on season 3 of that series. That's a great series. Let's see who else. Jamie Foxx, he just released a new special. I think last night or today he just released a new comedy special. So you know what I'm saying, you know, Jamie Foxx, y'all, I mean, one of the legends in comedy, and you know, prolific actor. You know what I'm saying, talking about, you know, his whole situation that happened last year, you know, with that weirdness that was going on, and the other weirdness that's going on in the Hollywood right now, you feel me? Yeah, just John, excuse me, Graham Hustle, he said just watch it with dope. Cool. Definitely gotta go check it out then. Jamie Foxx, his birthday, of course, is this Friday as well. Him and my dad share the same birthday. Birthday twins, most definitely.
Any word on Spawn, by the way? Have we said anything about Spawn? That bad, huh? Doing that bad.
What, and that ain't coming out, man. I don't even know why they playing with it. That. Blade will be out before Spawn. Yeah, we know Blade ain't coming out.
Well, they said they said that Blade might be coming out sooner than we think. Cause
well, if anything, they just need to go ahead and do what Ryan Reynolds started petitioning and go ahead and give Blade a proper send off with the man who made Blade what it is, Wesley Snipes. Other than that, I wasn't feeling the whole production of Blade as soon as I seen the actor. Like, not saying he a bad actor, but I was like, not like, everything in me said, I don't see this dude playing Blade, bro. Like, I don't see him pulling it off. Like, he ain't gonna make you forget Wesley Snipes played Blade. I put it like that. You know
the
what I'm
thing
saying?
is, Wesley Snipes, they had so many wasted years of Wesley Snipes. Like, y'all could have put him in the Avengers movies. Y'all could did all that. Like, honestly, I mean,
Right.
I don't get why the thing was like he was still y'all property. Like, why not put Blade in more movies? I mean, Blade could hold his own with any of them. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's Blade, man. It's just like that was
maybe
good.
you could say, well, we didn't want to do Blade because
It's too
we didn't want
bloody,
to
R-rated.
start R-rated movies. But I
Yeah,
mean, it's
that's
just under your
what it
banner.
was.
It's up under your banner. I mean, that's just what it
Right.
is.
Yeah.
Like, you can tone the character down. Like, same thing with Punisher. Like, Punisher, y'all got characters. You got them keep out of the universe. You got to put them in somehow.
All right. Well, but see, that's the thing though, because once again, they are marketing towards movie fans. They ain't marketing towards comic book fans.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say movie fans, like, movie fans don't know nothing, because I'm a movie fan. We're comic book fans and movie fans, so it's not like, like, oh, we can just do this for movie fans to be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Just whichever way y'all want to push it, y'all push it. But you know what I'm saying, don't dilute it. Don't
Right.
dilute it. And if you do dilute it for the right reasons, and dilute it accordingly, you know what I'm saying, to not just appease your audience, but for whatever story you're trying to tell. At the end of the day, you're just telling a story. You're telling a story, you're making a movie that you want to do good. Hold on real quick, y'all. Nose getting stopped.
You got your own, you got the movie watcher, average movie watcher. It depends on really the movie watcher that determines if you made an impact on them, if they're a fan. Like, I go back to my 6-year-old being a WWE fan now, and it's like a lot of characters that might pop up, and she'll ask questions like, who were these people, and did they come in this timeline, or who is this person and what are their timelines like? And she gonna do her own little research, and her research capabilities aren't that high, but she can look it up on YouTube and find out. And whenever you got somebody that actually, when you have astonished them and they've invested into the characters, they want to know more, and you just can't give them
Just like
whatever.
we did, just like we
Yeah.
was when we were kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I got into the X-Men, you know what I'm saying, I was like, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to know more. And what appeased me to know more was, like, at that same time, you had these cards that came out. Not only were these cards giving you information about them, information about their powers and stuff, but the cards look cool. And of course, they were drawn by Jim Lee, who the cards was really how I began to know the name Jim Lee, because the cards were drawn by Jim Lee. And so I was like, man, these cards look cool, you know what I'm saying, because the cards, they had the high-fi colors on the cards, and unlike the actual comic books at the time, they had the high-fi colors on the cards, making looking really stylistic. And the colors on the cards were far beyond the colors in the comic books, because it was for the cards, and they was trying to make them look really good. And so
Yeah, I always remember that picture of White Queen in front of that fireplace.
woo,
Man,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
if I can find that card, hold on, let me see if I can find it for y'all.
But Jim Lee, he was like, and the cards had the stats, first appearance, their name, their power, sex, and abilities, and a rundown of their history. And that's what got me invested in wanting to know more about these characters, not just the X-Men characters, but all the characters. Because I collected the official handbook of the Marvel Universe books, when I was young, and what I'm saying, like, it was cool to know that. I mean, Spider-Man is the reason why Spider-Man is the reason why I know the color hazel, because his eyes are hazel. So whenever I seen Spider-Man in the movie with blue eyes, it pissed me off, because that's how I first learned of the color hazel, because his eyes were hazel.
Look at those colors, man. That was top notch. And the crazy part about that is all that is a one flat, and then airbrush on the side.
But it's so clean. It just looked good, though. You know what I'm saying? It's just
that was the first card I got, and I was like, these are amazing. Not just because it was a very provocative picture, but it was just the artwork on here. Yeah. And look at the simplicity. She don't even have eyes. She don't even have a nose, really.
Right.
But Jim Lee is so good, the master of simplicity. Even her hand ain't even a real hand. It's
just up there's a shape. You know what I'm saying? It's just shaped up there. It's just boom, bam, boom. You know what I'm saying? Little something here, and that's what it is. And that's the amazing part of what you see. You know what I'm saying? Like what it takes to create, do art. You know what I'm saying? And these little things, like you could work on something forever and still not get it as perfect as you want it to be, which is why, what I'm saying, like when we were just working, like we just finished the Force issue #2, y'all, and what I'm saying, I as the editor, I tried to do as much as I possibly could, but didn't want to do too much, because what I'm saying, everything was already done. But shout outs to, of course, JohnnyQuestGaming, who did the amazing colors on that, and shout outs to Jimmy King, who did the art on that, and then putting things here and there, changing up stuff that need to be changed, editing. Like if somebody had something on this hand, but this wrist, and it was on another wrist, this thing and the third, those simple changes that you do right there to keep the continuity going, obviously. And so those are the things that you do to create comics and make them what they are. And boom, what I'm saying, it's a beautiful process once it's all said and done. And it's a trip, because you can have a team of people working on a book, or it could be just one person working on a book. You know what I'm saying? It's an amazing process, whichever way it goes about, whether it's more than one person or just one person working on those projects. And it's an amazing process, y'all. It's an amazing process, and I'm looking forward to sharing more of those processes with y'all, what I'm saying, in the long run, what I'm saying, here on the Nerd Script Club, as we spoke on episode 17 of all the stuff we're doing with UGI Studios, and of course, in the future that we got going on. So, what I'm saying, so be on the lookout with all that.
You got a breakdown of all the characters. So if you ever need a character reference guide, go back to that episode.
That part indeed.
I think it was a pretty in-depth guide for the characters, but definitely check it out. Check it out, y'all. But I mean, as far as like books go this year, getting the books out, and we're gonna get Spectacular out this year, which I think everyone will enjoy. Spectacular. Spectacular is basically a action book in the genre of something like Invincible. It follows a young girl who has recently inherited superpowers via outer space guardian, and now she has got herself into being popular on the internet, into being the magnet for everything that is violent coming down to Earth. And I played on that genre, and Slim, no, we did something else, kind of like how the truth is behind Dragon Ball Z. The Earth was okay until Goku got like, people didn't come to Earth to fight. They came to Earth to fight Goku. And Goku is the savior of the Earth, but a lot of the fights and the destruction that happens because he's that beacon. Everybody wants to come and challenge him. And the same thing that happened with Spectacular. The fact that she's on Earth is the fact that all these big time supervillains and anti-heroes or whatever come down to Earth to try to challenge her.
For what she got.
They want the intergalactic title, they want her powers. And so
think of it, yeah, just like he just said. Think of it like Afro Samurai, y'all. Hey, when he got the chasing that number one. You know what I'm saying? Chasing that number one. They chasing the number one. And that's what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Chasing that number one who got that power, who got that strength, and getting it and making it do what it do. And it's a crazy thing. I mean, it's a trope that's never gonna die. Like that's never gonna not happen. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when it comes to
who wear the crown, heavy is he who wear the crown.
Exactly.
Or in this case, he who wears the crown.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean, I think it's gonna be fun. I think now is a good time to release Spectacular, mainly because of the female hip hop genre is really popular with a lot of the satires or the way that Spectacular is going to be going, because she's a girl who wasn't, she was a young girl developing, and she's had her own body dysmorphia as far as like the fact that she wanted to look like the girls that she was seeing on her IG, and the girls get all these different follows, or all these girls with the nice bodies on the internet, be it natural or BBL or whatever. She wanted to look like that, and she started doubting herself because she didn't look that way. And then when she got these powers, she did become to look like that, but she's gonna find out looking like that and is not as important as all the other things that go on in life. You got other responsibilities, and there's other things that are far more important than being the most popular girl on Instagram or getting a bunch of looks on social media. So that's something I think is an important message too.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely, and that's what And at the end of the day, like I said earlier, that's what it's all about. It's all about telling these stories about, what I'm saying, the characters and everything. Jelly, like with Jelly Bean Dream, my series, that was uh it was is part coming of age tale, from where she started, as a kid, what I'm saying, with this disorder that her parents thought she had, these strange dreams that they thought she had, and of course started taking pills to alleviate those dreams. And then once those pills ran out at the age of 18, what I'm saying, she found out that her dreams was more than she thought they were, what I'm saying, as far as like the dreams that she had as a kid were actually real. And what I'm saying, and that's what happens, what I'm saying, in the story, the story of her, what I'm saying, of traveling the galaxy and having to deal with, what I'm saying, the consequences of others' actions, what I'm saying, that played this role in, that. And then of course, Savage Space Toast, which we have not mentioned yet. Savage Space Toast, another awesome book that Johnny Quest Gaming created, that's coming out soon after Spectacular 1 come out. He's going to get back to working on that. And what I'm saying, that's another book that's dropping from UGI Studios. So what I'm saying, we got some heat for y'all, man. We got some heat, plus a project that I'm about to start working on myself. That's a joint project with a friend of mine, and I can't.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you send me the stuff for that, by the way?
Yeah, I sent you the email of that. Yeah.
So which email?
I don't know, the C49.
Okay, yeah. Can you start sending stuff to Sketchboy also?
Gotcha.
My what's the name pages?
Hold on for a minute, right now. Hold tight.
I get emails in there, but I have to clear out space because apparently, I don't know about y'all, but Google magically has started running out of storage. I don't know how. I've been using it for years, but now all of a sudden, Google just magically run out of space.
Google is high key goofy. Google is high key goofy.
I can sit around, so they was like, "Oh man, they got iCloud and they get paid for iCloud every month, and I can't get paid."
Right.
Oh, we about to change this.
Right. It's just a wild situation, y'all. Wild situation. There we go. All right.
And I can understand is if it was like I had more stuff on my storage than I've had over the years, but I haven't. I haven't really added nothing to my storage, and I've deleted stuff out of my storage. So it's not like it's a thing where it should be full because I just started getting it full. I've had the same email address for years,
That's
and I've
wild.
deleted stuff out of there because I don't really like. If you know anything about me, I hate notifications. I can't stand notifications.
Man, you and me both.
That
Oh,
drives me nuts.
notification. I don't even have my phone on. That's why like if I ain't got my phone in my hand, you know what I'm saying. If I see the missed call, hey, I'm gonna hit them people back. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, my phone. Like when I'm at home, I don't really keep my phone on me unless I'm on it looking at stuff. But other than that, once I put it down, I put it down. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? It might end up daggone it be in the tub. You know what I'm saying? I don't be in the tub like, damn, I forgot to put my phone in the tub. Like,
That's
be
gonna get real. That's gonna be a whole nother problem.
right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about tub full, the tub full. Like just like, man, dang on, I forgot to left my phone on top of the refrigerator. You feel me? Like that. Like and that the only bad, of course, the bad part about that is, the fact that I have my ringer off and then you can't call it.
Man,
So it's a catch-22 when it comes to that. It's like, dang. But but yeah, though, I don't like notifications either though. That's wild. Grand Hustle, what you say you had just watched? He was talking about something he had just
oh,
watched.
we gotta talk about Project K.
Project K. You talking about Kalki?
Yeah,
Yeah, Kalki 28
man. If
98.
y'all haven't seen that, man,
Man, that mother's off the chain. Shout out to my boy Privates who played Bahubali. You know what I'm saying? One of my all-time favorite movies of the last decade. Shout out to my guy who told me and my awesome friend the late Tootie about that movie. You know what I'm saying? Bahubali, but the Kalki 2898 was off the chain. And you still ain't seen all the Shadow Strays yet. Grand Hustle told me about the Shadow Strays. Shadow Strays off the chain too. Both of those movies came out this year. Y'all can find those movies on Netflix, y'all.
are they Bollywood? I
Huh?
think I've seen Shadow Straight. Is
Yeah.
it
Oh, yeah.
Bollywood?
No. And I ain't bothering. But yeah, go look at the Shadow Strays, bro. I think it's Indonesian, more Indonesian or whatnot. But yeah,
Oh,
go look at the Shadow Strays, bro. Yeah,
I've
go.
seen it.
Yeah, the first 5 minutes you in there. You in there. You in there. Yeah, the Shadow Stray is off the chain, boy. It is off the chain. It is off the chain. My dad liked it too. Yeah, it's off the chain. It's off the chain. Yeah, it's off the chain. That's all I gotta say. When you get down to the end, when you get to the end, you're gonna be like, all right, when the next one coming out? It's one of them. For real. Yeah. Who's in the building right now? Y'all press a 7 if y'all in the building. You know what I'm saying? Let us know who you are, where you're calling from. You got any questions about what we talked about tonight, or anything that happened this year in 2024 that you want to let us know about that happened for you, or anything that you experienced in 2024? Because
And any great movies that we missed that y'all might want to just talk about before we get up out of here?
yeah, because me, I don't really do the gaming stuff a lot, other than Dragon Roger. I still play Dragon Roger, which this guy got me into back in 2020. You know what I'm saying? I got Grand Hustler into it, but neither one of them play it no more. I'm
Man,
just
my save, I think it's gone, bro.
hey, come on back, man. Shoot, you get to level 100 quicker now than you did back then. Cause shoot, I got my friend Dolores on it. Shoot, she is a level behind me now, and she started back in July.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's some dedication.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I had to stay on to keep up with her because I know if I go off about a week, she gonna be ahead of me.
Right, you're gonna be behind.
Like,
But what we
and
gonna say?
music, as far as music go, I mean, me myself personally, y'all know me. I don't never care about none of these beefs these folk got in the music industry. But you gotta admit, Kendrick Lamar been daggone popping off shots, and they all been hitting. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
From the
definitely shout
summertime
out to
even
Kendrick
now.
Lamar, man. Shout out to Kendrick, man. The
But
dude is
but the legend,
personified.
But the legend, his new CD coming out, dropping this Friday on my dad's birthday. Snoop Dogg got a new album coming out called Missionary. You know, his first album was called Doggy Style. This one called Missionary. So
he don't slow it down. So he coming right at you with this one.
Right, you know what I'm saying? He say, hey, I can't do all that pow no more. I got cool. Just like you said with sexual erosion. Can't take no time.
that was the album right there, man. So
Right.
should have came with another album like that one. But in the other parts of music, man, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Young Thug, man. He free. Got off.
After probably one of the craziest, most
trials of
waste of time trials in the history of life.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something now, man. It's cool. You should be able to post whatever you want to on your social media. That's your business. But people, please be aware of what you put on your pages, because you never know who's watching. You never know who's lurking and who want to use that stuff against you. I know you might want to be cool and post, you know what I'm saying, you doing this and you doing that, but some things you got to keep to yourself. Like,
right, you know what I'm saying? Everything shouldn't be for attention, you know what I'm saying? Unless you got a job that don't care, or you, even if you ain't got a job, don't care. All it takes is one person to share it, this person, and next thing you know, it's in the eyes of people you didn't think was in it.
And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, whatever you got going in your life, you should learn from a boy on Boondocks. What was his name? Douglicious. Like, hit him with the tennis racket. Like, don't rap your own testimony. Don't do it.
Don't hang. You know, it's like, hey,
sit up here and rap and tell them.
Y'all can't say snitches get stitches when y'all the snitch on yourself.
Right. You can't do that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in this particular case, they didn't do that, but I'm just saying, y'all, man, just watch out what you put on your social media page, man.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's I mean, like this go back as far as before social media, because there's people who, you know what I'm saying, like I remember watching the news back in the day in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Dudes got arrested because they were daggone taking pictures of them, Polaroid pictures of them with fans of money, holding the money they stole like this with a fan laying on the couch. I still remember the pictures they posted on the news. Like, y'all real fool.
Y'all
wild. They caught them on the Polaroids, bro.
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. One person gonna get caught up is you. But yeah, man, that's my takeaway for that, for going into the 2025, man. You know, this year, man, God bless everybody, man. It's gonna be, you know, we hoping for a great year, but prepare yourself for anything, man. That's all I can say. Just prepare yourself for anything. We gonna hope for the best as always.
You know, y'all already know, because we ain't about to talk about the other thing. All we can say is the only projects we worried about in 2025 is UGI Studios and everything else. You feel me? That's what we gonna do. You feel me? So we gonna make it do what it do. You know, we did our part in 2024 and it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? I even got hit by a dump truck because of it. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You feel me? We gonna make it do what it do, and we still here. JohnnyQuestGaming, any final words, bro?
Hey man, like Slim said, man, the only projects we worry about is our art projects in 2025 and making it all happen, man, and being the best we can be. And before we leave out, man, Slim, you gonna tell them how they can be the very best they can be in 2025? What the secret is?
Man, y'all already know the secret. I speak on it each and every day, man. It's about manifesting greatness in your life, manifesting greatness, maintaining that greatness, and motivating others to be great on that spiritual level, on that emotional level, on that mental level, on that physical level, on that financial level. That's how we get down with the get down. We're going to be alive in 2025. We went for more in 2024, then we're going to be alive in 2025. You dig? With that being said, if we don't see y'all no more this year in 2024, you damn sure gonna see us in 2025. You feel me? From Johnny Quest Gaming to your boy Slim Jim Longfoot, we getting ready to get on up out of here. Shout outs to Grand Hustler who was in the building. Shout outs to Latanya Porter who was in the building. And shout outs to anybody who is watching this on the replay, way back, and the playback, Maybach. You feel me? And stay blessed up, y'all. All right, we gone.